Hello, everyone. This is Tammy Morrison of Unleashing Your True Self, and I am super excited to be here on this beautiful Monday morning where I am. I don't know what day it is or time it is where you are, but whatever it is, I hope that it is magical for you today. So, for me today, I have committed to living my life being magical. So, I say that I am magical from sun up to sundown, moon rise to moon fall, and every moment in between. Hey, Keisha, thank you for joining me. I just told them I was magic from sun up to sundown, moon rise to moon fall, and every moment in between. Thank you for joining me, Lainey. Thank you. So I'm talking about becoming something new. And so how I got that topic to talk about was, hey, Joanna, thank you for joining me. I'm talking about becoming something new because I had pulled the card for myself this morning, and this is what came up. I pulled from the Priestess of the Light, and this is what came up: wings of light. Wings of light. Yes, we are. Keisha said it again. She's who I got it from, y'all. Follow her. She's amazing. I am magic from sun up to sundown, moonrise to moonfall, and every single moment in between. I have been embodying that since she said it, and it's been amazing in my life, and it's helped me to grow in areas where I was, struggling. So when I pull this card, Wings of Light, becoming something new. I don't know if you guys can see on that card, you see how she is standing, and do you see all of this in the background? You see how her hair is. So she is moving and she is becoming something new. And so when I looked at that card, I said, this is what I'm going to talk about today, because that is how the spirit deals with me. So, I am excited about that topic because I knew that it was for me. And so, typically, the way spirit deals with me is, yes, it does. It looks like a quantum movement in that card, Keisha says. And that is what struck me. It's like I looked at it and I went, whoa, damn. You know? Because that is something to become something new. And as we are becoming something new within ourselves, that is the thing. It's like when you start to realize that it is time to become something new, or when something new starts coming into your environment, into your awareness, and you say, okay, yeah, nah, maybe not, or maybe you think about all these different limiting beliefs and things that you believe that really, to be honest with you, many of them don't even belong to you. You didn't get them from yourself. You got them from somebody else. And it's time to let them go and shut them down and leave them, wherever you found them. Give them back to whoever you got them from. Like I used to tell my kids when they got to be about middle school, it seemed like body snatchers came and snatched their damn body and replaced it with somebody else. And so I would tell them, whoever came to get your body, you kind of need to just shut that down, because you are not the child that I was raising. So the child that I'm raising needs to come back, and whoever the fuck this is needs to get the fuck on. That is how that went down, because I promise you, those children turned into somebody else at middle school. They just forgot who the fuck they were. And so that was my that was my thing to help us to get through, because to be honest with you, I was ready to punch all of them in their throats when they got those ages. It was something about that age. It's like they were fine up until then. They got to middle school, I was ready to bust their asses, because they were not the children that I had raised. Some body snatcher came in and took them. So so they became something new. And so I had to help them to become what they were supposed to be, what the children that I birthed and raised. And some of the children, I just raised them. Some of them I didn't have to birth them. Praise the Lord. God blessed me in that way, because with my last child, I almost died. And so that was my cue not to have any more children, because I wanted to live and I would like to raise them and see them grow up and see my grandchildren and things like that, So, I talked about that in becoming new because that is what came to my mind as I was looking at that card and as I was sitting in the company of spirit. Because as I sit in the company of spirit, I begin to get downloads and I begin to get information to flow to show me, what to bring forth and what I'm supposed to bring and share with the world. And so that is why I'm here. So I'm here on YouTube as well as Facebook right now. I typically try to go live on all the places, but since my Facebook page was compromised, I cannot connect my new page with the StreamYard. So I had to let that shit go because it wasn't serving me any more purpose. If I can't stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter all at the same time, then it's not serving me. I already have Zoom. So I just let it go. Kind of worked out. However, here I am talking to you guys about becoming something new. Because when you begin to do that, there is this whole shift that starts to happen within you. And many times, if you don't know what's going on, you'll begin to fight it. You'll begin to struggle against it. You'll begin to go the opposite direction. You'll begin to allow all of these limiting beliefs to come in and just take that thing away from you and tell you that it's not going to be good, or it's not a good thing for you to do, or you don't need to go in that direction, or maybe you shouldn't go get that degree, or maybe you shouldn't take that job, or maybe you shouldn't start that business, or maybe you shouldn't. You see where I'm going with this? Down a whole complete rabbit hole. It can go down a complete rabbit hole of you telling yourself all of these negative things and things that are not going to serve you in the long run. And so becoming something new is what, I don't know about anybody else, but I think I do that every single day. I think I become something new every day because I open up new opportunities for myself. And so this is what I'm sharing with you all, is that you begin to open up new opportunities for yourself. Begin to, you know what? I never shared this in my group. I don't even know how to do it anymore, y'all. Cause let me see. Oh, well, I can invite some friends to watch. That's what they say. Y'all know Facebook just um, changes things and don't always tell you. It's like crazy. Okay, I just invited some people. So, let me see. Nope. Okay. I don't know what to do about that. But anyway, here we are. I'll just have to post it in there after I'm done. So, becoming something new. So, as you begin to take those steps and march in that direction, there will always be things that are going to come at you. People that are going to come at you, and many times it's people that know and love us. Because I had talked about this before about how when I was growing up, I wanted to be a writer, and it was something that came easily to me. It still does. I'm a really fucking good writer, and so that was what one of the things that was on my list of things I wanted to do. One of them was I wanted to be a doctor, and that was from a child. And to be honest with you, I'm so glad I didn't do that one. But I went in a different direction, not really, but sort of. But I wanted to be a writer, and what people told me was, "How are you going to make any money? How are you going to make any money? How are you going to eat? You're going to starve. Who's going to support you?" These were the things that people told me when I was trying to become something new. I was trying to become a writer. And so, these are well meaning, loving people, my family and, friends and people that, cared for me and that thought they were telling me something good. And so it's important to understand that piece because people that love you, they try to help you. They're almost like your ego. They try to protect you and keep you from falling and stuff. But sometimes we have to fall. There are times when we have to fall. Because if we don't fall, we won't grow, we won't learn, we won't change, we won't become something new. Because many times when we fall is when we start to become something new, because we have to tell ourselves, that it's okay. Keisha said, I love how your message, becoming something new, resonates with the message I received today. You are not your feelings. You are the one experiencing them. Our feelings are the fuel for manifesting, so allow the feelings to pass through. Yes, absolutely. Because the thing is you are going to get all of these kind of things from different people, that, we love, that love us, our family, our mom, our dad, all those people, they love us, but they don't always know what's best for us, even though, they know us from the womb. They know us even from before that many times, but they don't always know what's best for us. And sometimes we have to rely on and depend on ourselves and share with ourselves what's best for us. And sometimes it's difficult to even know that, especially if you are in a place where people have always been telling you what to do, or where you've been always accepting other people's opinions about where you need to go and what you need to do and who the fuck you are. Because that is the main thing right there, is who you are. Because the thing is we morph and we change over time, and over these years we morph and change. We are not always the same. It's something about us, especially women, over the decades. We morph and we change, and we become other people. We become people that maybe we saw ourselves becoming this, or maybe we didn't. Because there are many things that we become that we don't see ourselves becoming. Sometimes I became a mother. I didn't see myself becoming a mother at the time that I did. I became a mother at 21 years old. Matter of fact, I became a mother like 15 days after my 21st birthday. I was somebody's mother. And to be honest, I didn't see that for me either, because I really didn't want any kids. Didn't want none. I had helped my mother raise her kids. I had raised some other people's children. I did lots of little girls' hair because their mothers didn't do hair, and I like to do hair, and I did it. So I did lots of braids and lots of hair, and spent a lot of time with a lot of kids that didn't belong to me. So I really didn't, I wasn't stressed about it. However, my husband said, let's have a baby. Said, okay, we'll have a baby. We'll just have this one. And then we'll do some other things, because we wanted to go back to school. There were things we wanted to do, but we were just young and dumb, just young and dumb. And so, anyway, when you start to become that something new, when it just hits you and you're like, okay, I have to move and I have to shift some things. What does it take for you to shift some things? Do you have to go and talk to, your pastor? Do you have to go and talk to your bishop? Do you have to go and talk to any fucking body? Do you have to go and have conversation with people that are outside of you, instead of having the conversation inside with you? With you and you, with your spirit team, with yourself, with your insides, with your spirit guides, with the people and the archangels. Why not have that conversation with you? Why not ask yourself, ask your body, go inside and ask, what is it that I need to do for me to help me? Many times that is how we get instruction. We go inside and we ask, how can we help ourselves? What is it that I need to do? We stop blaming other people for all kinds of shit that happens in our life. Many times we stay in this perpetual place of blame, instead of stepping into this place where we're becoming something new, where the wings of light are on you and you are becoming something new. Becoming something new. That is like so amazing when I think about that, and I consider that we can potentially become something new every single day. Every single day of our life, we can become something new. We just have to make a decision and set an intention and make a choice that this is what we are going to do. If that makes sense to all of you. So, as we begin to become something new, sometimes it looks crazy what we're becoming, and sometimes we're not prepared for it. That is so huge. Sometimes we're just not prepared. Sometimes, we think about something like, okay, so I'm going to give you an example. Story time. So at times, I think about stuff, and because I am multi-passionate, and so it is very, very difficult for me to do one thing. And it has been for my whole life. And I never understood why I was like that, because I knew that it was different than most of the people that I knew in my life. Most people are like, okay, I want to do this. I'm going to dive in on this one thing. I'm going to circle here, and this is what we're going to do, and this is what I'm going to do. But for me, it's never been that way. Even with jobs, I kept a job probably for the longest was 8 years. And I worked different places and different floors and different units and stuff like that. So I never stayed in the same place for longer than maybe a year or two. Yeah. Two. Yep. I think 2 years is my top. And then I need to see different people, and I need to experience different things. And so that has been how my life has run pretty much. And I think about it because when I was growing up, I went to so many different schools. So I was able to, I think what that did for me is I'm able to talk to people, and I can correspond with people and all kinds of people, because I have um, learned that over the years. Because I grew up, I think I went to, let's see, school in my kindergarten, one school, first and second grade, one school, third grade, one school, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade. Yeah, that's already that's already 9 schools. And then high school, I went to 2 different high schools. So that's 11 schools that I went to in my 12 years. So um, I learned how to talk to people, and I learned how to meet people, and all of that kind of stuff, because you have to when you're always a new person. When you're always a new girl, you always have to learn how to talk to people and meet people and things like that. Try to connect with people. And so I realized that that was something that I can do well, but I don't always really like to do it. I think because I did it so much. It's not always a thing, but I'm a very good connector, and I knew that's something that I could do. Um, However, I really wasn't sure how to pull it into my everyday life, because you don't always need that, right? However, super, super excited, y'all. I think I'm going to probably close this live up because I need to get something to eat. Because it's 1 o'clock my time and I haven't had anything, but that's typical for me because I do a lot of intermittent fasting and things like that, because I am committed to living a healthy life and committed to living a long life, because I still got some grandchildren to see. I only have one that I know of, so I have some more that I want to see, and I'd like to see some legacy, y'all, because one thing about grandchildren, y'all, it's like you see your legacy, and that is to me one of the most amazing things about grandchildren, besides the fact that we get to play with them and love on them and send them back home. It's like one of the greatest, best things that our children give us is grandchildren. And that's my opinion. You can take that and run with it or whatever. So, becoming something new in the wings of light. So, as you are stepping into this place, and if you're being called to become something new, maybe you want to reach out for some help and some assistance, because that is why I'm here. Because I love to help people that have decided in their mind and their heart that they want to become something new. So I have a 6-week program that is coming up, that if you would like to, what the word? Okay. If you would like to join me on that journey, because it's going to be so amazing and so huge. If you'd like to have a conversation, send me a DM and let's talk about it and see if it's something that you would like or how I could work with you. Because I have several different ways, not only the 6-week program, but I have a few other ways also to work with me. So make sure that you send me a message if this is resonating to you, if it feels like something that you could benefit from, some assistance with, make sure that you are reaching out. So, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me and joining me on becoming something new. And so, I will hope that even this little bit of word that I brought about becoming something new has helped you in your day as you're thinking about becoming something new, because every day we can potentially become something new. It's really up to you, and it's your choice to decide whether or not it's something that you would like to do, if you want to become something new, or if you feel it in your soul and your being and your knowing, because many times that is where we feel it, in our soul and our being and our knowing, that it's time for us to move. It's time to become something different. It's time to shift in this place. So, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me and joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, or weekend. I will be back on again tomorrow to talk about something else. So, again, thank you for hanging out with me. This is Tammy Morrison, your intuitive energy alchemist, and I would just love for you to join me in whatever capacity that you can. So, again, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will we'll have a wonderful rest of the day. I may do some cards tomorrow as well. So thank you for joining. Bye now.